Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Janet with Janet KB, and today I am going to be talking all about maternity leave. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, you probably already know that I am also currently pregnant with my second baby. I'm having a baby boy, and I already have a 1.5-year-old son. And the first time that I got pregnant, I panicked because I had no idea what maternity leave was going to look like. I had no idea how it was going to affect my finances, and it took forever for me to find all the different resources and understand all the different policies and regulations and all of that. So that's why I want to just simplify, or at least try to simplify, the maternity leave process if you are currently employed in the United States. The United States is the only first world country without a national guarantee of paid maternity, paternity, or parental leave. So for the rest of this video, I will be using maternity leave, but that can be used interchangeably with most of the things that I'll be talking about with paternity or parental leave. The most important thing is for you to understand and know your rights. So I'll be going over any federal benefits, any state benefits, and any company-wide benefits, which of course will vary based on your employer. If you own your own business or are self-employed, you can also take advantage of the federal or state benefits. However, of course, the company benefits that I'll be sharing are dependent upon what your situation is as far as your business or self-employment. So while the United States does not have a national-wide paid maternity leave, it does have FMLA, which is Family and Medical Leave Act, which does protect your job for up to 12 weeks. However, it is unpaid. It also requires that your group benefits must be maintained during this time. In order to benefit from FMLA, your employer must qualify to be able to offer this as well. So there are certain criteria that your employer must meet, and there's certain criteria that you must meet as well in order to benefit from the FMLA. I wrote a blog post about this that has all the specifics, all the different requirements that you can go to, and I'll have the link below. So make sure that you and your employer both meet the FMLA requirements and that you understand that, so that when you do go talk to your employer, you have at least an understanding and knowing of what those criteria, those requirements are. One of the biggest questions that I had when I went on my maternity leave when I was pregnant with my first son was if I was still going to be covered by my insurance. And the answer is, it depends. So the FMLA does require that your employer maintain your insurance. However, depending on whether you're going to be paid or not, so I'll get into short-term and long-term disability pay here later. But if you are not going to be receiving a paycheck, that means that you may have to pay for the premiums for the insurance, or you may have to pay the company back when you return. So it really depends. I know for myself, I applied for short-term disability, so I still got a paycheck when I was on maternity leave, and all that was taken care of. I didn't have to pay extra on insurance premiums or pay my employer back. However, my mom recently applied for short-term disability, not because she was pregnant or having a kid, but because she had surgery, and her company was set up a bit different. So she did, on return to work, had to pay back the insurance premiums that the company paid for her, because the company was required to keep her insurance premiums while she was on FMLA and utilizing the short-term disability. Make sure that you understand how that will work as far as your insurance. Again, I have resources in the blog post, and the link will be below as well. As for all the other benefits that are deducted from your paycheck when you are receiving a paycheck, like 401k, Roth IRA, I have a lot of other benefits like legal services and all sorts of other things that are deducted from my paycheck that are benefits that the company provides. If you are not getting paid during that time, you may not be able to contribute towards those benefits. If you are getting paid, like myself, I was getting my regular paycheck, so all that was being deducted as per usual, per normal, so I didn't have to worry about that. But if you are in a situation where you will be on FMLA for the 12 weeks, but you will not be paid, then you have to make sure that your insurance is being covered and how that's being covered, and then all your other benefits. Some companies, which I'll get into in a bit, do require you to take your vacation time, your paid vacation, and utilize that during your FMLA. And then, so if you're still getting a paycheck, there's going to be some differences there where maybe part of your maternity leave will be paid for as far as your insurance and benefits, but maybe the second half won't. So again, make sure that you understand your company's policies, and it starts by knowing your rights. And the first thing to know is that you need to look into FMLA. And again, I'll have all the links below for you to check out the resources. Okay, so FMLA is on a federal level. Now let's talk about state level. I didn't know that a lot of states do offer more than just FMLA. Some states do have laws and regulations that offer paid maternity leave for those that qualify. And I'll have a link below to all those states and resources where you can go and check out your specific state. Unfortunately, my state does not have any laws that offer paid maternity leave, but if your state does, then make sure that you understand all the criteria, because you may be able to utilize FMLA, which is 12 weeks that are guaranteed to protect your job. Then you can utilize these state benefits that are paid, and it may not pay all of the 12 weeks, but it may pay portions of it. And then you can start piecing together some of the company policies and company benefits. So if your company requires vacation time, you can use some of that. If your company does have paid maternity leave or paid short-term disability that you can use, then you can start piecing together your maternity leave plan. So the states that do offer paid maternity leave offer PFML, which is paid family leave and medical leave. In other states, pregnancy and birthing a child, having a child, adopting a child is considered a temporary disability. So companies that offer pay for other disabilities must also offer the same pay for pregnancy and having a child. Again, know your rights. Check out the resources below. In the blog post, there's a resource to a page where you can click on your state and find out the exact criteria and whether your state offers these added benefits. Okay, so we've covered the federal level, which is the FMLA, which is at 12 weeks. We've covered the state level, which is PFMLA, and that is dependent upon your state. It really does vary how much you get paid depending on the state, how much they enforce your employer to pay depending on the state. So, and some states don't even have state laws that require paid maternity leave or paternity leave. So please do check out the resources below. Now let's talk about your employer. So if you're currently employed like myself, and again, if you're a business owner or are self-employed, there are other ways that you can meal piece a maternity leave plan. However, my experience is through an employer, so that's what I will share. Through an employer, if your employer has short-term disability or long-term disability, then you can apply for these coverage and use it during your FMLA. And this is the part where I was so confused during the first time that I was trying to meal piece all these things together, because I had applied for the FMLA and I thought I was done. I was going to get paid and I didn't have to do anything else. Well, I quickly found out that that was only part of what I had to do. I had to not only apply for FMLA, I also had to submit an application to my job based on their policy, which was a separate form. And then I also had to apply for short-term disability, which was through the insurance, and I had to deal with the insurance, not necessarily HR or my company. It was actually dealt with the insurance. So make sure again that you understand all the different policies and benefits and everything that your employer offers. So if your company does offer short-term or long-term disability, you can utilize that to get paid while you're on maternity leave, depending on the policy. So for me, I am grateful and thankful, and I do get paid for the 12 weeks that I am on FMLA. My short-term disability will kick in and I will get my regular paycheck, which will cover my insurance, all the other benefits and everything as per normal, and I won't have to worry about that. However, there's a lot of other companies where short-term disability only covers 50%, 75%, sometimes less, sometimes more. So make sure that you understand what your short-term disability covers and for how long. As an added bonus, I do want to mention health savings and flexible savings accounts. So I've mentioned these accounts before in other videos. I do have a health savings account. So if your company offers either an FSA or an HSA, make sure that you understand how to utilize those and how to combine those with your insurance premium. So I have a high deductible insurance premium and I combine that with my HSA, so money gets deducted from my paycheck tax-free. It is a tax advantage account and I contribute to that account every paycheck and I save money there and invest it, because you can invest money in an HSA account. And I am utilizing that to be able to save for all the expenses that are not paid by my insurance and help me pay for some of the expenses during maternity leave if I get sick, if my baby gets sick, my son gets sick. So I do have a health savings account and that is also going to help me during my maternity leave, and it is part of my maternity leave plan, and it is also how I'm paying for all those out-of-pocket expenses, all those doctor visits, sick visits, and hospital hospital visits. So I would definitely check out the HSA or FSA accounts if your company offers them as well. Again, if this is your first time being pregnant, if you are feeling overwhelmed, check out the blog post below because I break down everything. I have resources to everything, and hopefully that will help. I also have a free checklist that you can check out, and I'll have the link below to all of that. I also created a free checklist for yourself because I wish I would have had this when I was trying to figure all this out, and I want to make sure that you have this as well, because being pregnant, adding a new member to the family is already stressful enough, and having to figure all this out and making sure that your finances aren't affected, that you're still on track, that you'll be able to afford everything that comes with having a new baby. I understand, I've been there, I've done that, and this time around I was more knowledgeable. It wasn't as stressful. I've submitted my paperwork, I'm ahead of the game, and hopefully this video will help you as well. And again, I'll have all the links and resources in the description box below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. My passion is providing resources and helpful tips and everything that I'm learning, sharing any knowledge that I have with other moms, other women, and making us more financially literate and independent, because I am on a journey and I'm also sharing that journey with you all. So if you have not subscribed, click the subscribe button and notification button to let you know when I upload my next video. And if you are pregnant, congratulations. Don't stress out. Go to the resources below and start creating your own maternity leave plan. Until next time, bye.